nice to see some familiar faces here as well, and really nice to be here, so thank you. I think this is a little introduction into tomorrow. So it'd be really lovely to see as many faces as possible tomorrow as well. So if we just take a little journey back, so in 2020, sure it's 2020, 4 passionate hearts and minds came together with the aim of raising awareness on supplier diversity, as well as drive the message of supplier diversity forward with corporates. 4 of us formed what we now call the Council for Supplier Diversity UK. And we branched out some ideas, we kind of penned out and whiteboarded some ideas and drove forward a strategy almost, a mission. And fast forward a little bit, 2021, we had our official launch coming out of the great pandemic, which was really, really well received. We started to drive some momentum with corporates. We started to get some response from diverse suppliers, and we got really good response for actually becoming part of the Council for Supplier Diversity as well. In fact, that we had to then design a governance around it so that there was a correct level of engagement and a correct level of collaboration as well. And then just forward a little bit, last year we hosted, or GSA hosted us, our very first event, where we had 2 hours dedicated to us, and the response again was fantastic. We kind of broke out into groups of people that addressed some challenges and acknowledged challenges from a corporate perspective in terms of understanding, embedding, thought process in the procurement processes around what supplier diversity meant to them. We also looked at challenges and opportunities from a supplier perspective to really understand the journey, the navigation, the best practice in terms of approaching corporates and becoming successful on that. So just come forward a little bit to 2023. So wow, we're proudly presenting an entire day tomorrow on spreading supplier diversity goodness. And I say that because I'm genuinely passionate. I personally have been in supplier management for about 20 years. Diversity and inclusion has always been an embedded part of me and my passion. So to bring them together and to do something for the greater good, and to ensure that people are well informed and we collaborate and do something that is impactful for the future of sourcing and procurement is amazing. So it's fulfilling to say the least. So the agenda tomorrow, if you haven't seen it already, is packed to the brim with some amazing speakers representing NGOs, corporates, and we've got a wide spread of diverse suppliers as well. So it's going to be a really exciting day. We as a council are a 10-member strong council with people who have their regular jobs as well. So we really look to, we find that extra time to dedicate to the council, not only that it's driven by our passion and to do something good to make a long-term impact, but it's also driven by individual experiences. It's driven by innovation. It's driven by professionalism, our own journeys, because whilst we all have our day jobs, we are corporates as well as diverse suppliers within the council as well. So that dedication is to make that impactful change at a sustainable pace, as every evergreen programme should be. That said, we are proud to collaborate and often bring together organisations that are established to represent diverse suppliers with support and enablement through their journeys in the corporate world. We collaborate with organisations such as Outwritten, We Connect, Veteran-Owned UK, Disability Entrepreneurs, We Connect International and MSD UK, and we're open to collaborate and work with as many representative agencies as possible, because that means that we are opening those doors, we are enabling those conversations, and I think that goes back to our aim back in 2020 when we launched this. For me, supply diversity is more than just an emotional connection. It's emotional intelligence, but it's with the inclusion of suppliers that are minority-owned, women-owned, veteran-owned, LGBTQ-owned, small businesses, and the impact of that inclusivity is phenomenal. It's phenomenal across an organisation's reputation, their own workforce, and amongst their staffing communities. Working with diverse suppliers has enabled organisations, and some of you might be experiencing this already, if already you're on your supply diversity journeys, that it accelerates to achieve efficiency targets. It accelerates the drive to innovation and exploring new markets. I know personally, in the role that I was in during the pandemic, that we relied heavily on the resilience of local diverse suppliers who were easily reachable, who were reliable, who showed up, and whose relationship actually shone through. This translates to supply diversity being an essential element, I think, in every business thought process and strategy. So when I designed my first program of supply diversity, it really focused on planet, pound, and people, mostly on people. And in current terminology, that really easily translates to the environment, social and governance, so the ESG element that we all recognise in our corporate worlds. Supplier diversity enables corporate ESG. It enables the targets usually providing local, resilient and diverse talent. That was my experience. Local talent means less impact on transport and transportation, therefore already an environmental benefit. Resilience equals reliability, as well as innovation. Diverse promotes a positive message and enhances the organisation's inclusivity and the culture around inclusivity within an organisation, both internal and external. I think embedding supply diversity within a place which looks to source and procure, that sends an enormous message back to the workforce within that organisation. So if an organisation is thinking of how they diversify who they work with and ensure that the message is very clear on inclusivity, the message internally is mad. Now, for those of you attending tomorrow, you're in for a treat. We have dedicated the morning to delve into matters and challenges from a corporate perspective. Then in the afternoon is dedicated to exploration into addressing key focal matters for suppliers. So we'll be looking at how we look to collaborate with these organisations who will be present and available for networking tomorrow as well, as will some diverse suppliers be there. And we will be looking to speak about all important elements of ESG, not just supply diversity, but things like modern day slavery, and all the topics around ESG that are meaningful around the people element. So that is very key and topical tomorrow. And I just want to quickly say that Happy Pride Month. Colouring our logos is nowhere near enough to demonstrate diversity and inclusion. embracing and embedding supplier diversity is a very clear commitment and message. So, with that said, look forward to seeing as many of you tomorrow. Thank you.